Let's give him a hand. Well, see where we begin here. Well, this beats Second Avenue Deli, doesn't it?
Sorry?
This beats Second Avenue Deli.
What about the Second Avenue Deli?
This beats Second Avenue Deli. We've never done this before.
Okay, if you say so.
I'm interviewing one of my closest friends, so this is going to be kind of interesting. I think the history of the Beatles, bar none, is what you did is absolutely incredible. You know, just the idea of the Beatles. Next month will be 45 years. The Beatles at Shea Stadium, 45th anniversary, and maybe you can tell us a little bit about how you got the Beatles at Shea Stadium for the very first time.
It was just a dream come true. It was just a dream. I was very lucky. And that I was the first one to call Brian Epstein at his home in Liverpool. Lucky in that I had a friend who gave me his phone number at his home. His mother answered the phone, very lovely lady, and he was then living in Liverpool, hadn't yet moved to London. And when I asked her, was her son at home, she said, yes, I'll call him. They lived in this wonderful Tudor home in Liverpool, and she raised her voice. I guess he was living upstairs, and I think I heard his footsteps coming down the stairs. And Mr. Bernstein, what is it that I can do for you? I said, I'm here to talk to you about the possibility of bringing the Beatles to America. He said, you're the first American to call me about that. So I do have that distinction, being the first one to call Brian Epstein at his home and ask, would he be interested in playing in New York? He said, where would you want to present them? I said, Carnegie Hall. It happened that was the right thing to say. He was very excited about the idea of Carnegie Hall. And when would you like to present them? And I gave him a date. I think it was February 12th, 1964. We made the agreement on the phone. Not a word in writing. Even for Shea Stadium.
Unheard of these days. Right?
Pardon?
Unheard of these days.
No contract. Had there been a contract for people, like some of the people back inside the big hall, who are collectors, they would have paid any amount of money for a copy of that contract. But there was no contract. It was done verbally. He kept his word when he said, I like the idea of Carnegie Hall. We agreed on the price. The price that we agreed on was $6,500 to play 2 shows. It was Washington's birthday on February 12th of 1964. No contract. Months passed by, and he said, I'll be in New York, and then we can really discuss the details, security, etc., etc. When he got to New York, we'd already agreed on the security. We agreed on the time of the first show and the second show. Again, no change in the agreement as far as he was concerned. He was just the most unusual guy to do business with.
Can I just say that this part in Beatles history, so everybody knows, February '63. Beatles, totally unknown to America. The Please Please Me was released on VJ twice. The first time was February '63, when in Chicago it made number 50 on the charts, and that's the rare version, the misspelled Beatles. Nobody can conceive of the Beatles. In fact, I think Please Please Me in the UK at the time made number 2 in the month of February '63 because it was released in January. So at the time, nobody knew who the Beatles were in America. They were just starting to make it big on their very first tour, too, in the very beginning of 1963.